Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I am WXFan21, joined by Inflict, who may or may not be still waking up from his nap time. Inflict, how are you?
Wow, you sold me out in an instant. But
I
it's
said
okay.
nap time. I didn't say what it was. I said nap time.
But I mean, honestly, it is factual. So fair enough, fair play right there. But yeah, I'm looking for some good CS action. By the time I went to sleep at the nap time, I was watching CS as well, and now I'm waking up and straight up for a cast ready. For some CS action, and today the teams we have, of course, one of them is going to be CCG Esports. The other one, it's Vibe Esports. A team that WX fan is quite a lot familiar with. We're going to talk about
Yes.
that in a little second, but we do have our Vito, of course, showing on the screen at the moment. We'll be playing on Anubis as the knife round has already been done, and it is CCG who I believe are playing on the T side, so they're going to have the favorable spot to kick things off. WX.
That is a good problem to have starting off on the T side. Is exactly where you want to be. But no surprise here. Dave already with the early double kill here towards mid, backed up by Lex. So Vibe Esports is a team that I casted for last season. All a really good group of guys. Uh, these guys are super legit. And a quad kill already for Dave, who I can argue is the ace of their team. $4,600 for him here heading into the conversion round, if you want to call it that. So, CCG Esports have a tall task ahead of them today. Vibe, look, I try to be as an unbiased caster as I can. They were playing at times last season at an ECL or a higher caliber level. Other times it's like, what the heck happened? But we do have Jay Casper's posse in chat as always, right? Jay Casper's posse! Do they even say posse anymore, Inflict?
I'm not sure. They'd probably give you an answer better in the chat, but we're gonna have to wait and find out because, of course, the stream does have a little bit of a delay. I believe I'm not sure if it has it on our end, but of course the CSTV at the very least does. But the problem's gonna arise for CCG given the fact that they do not have any weaponry whatsoever to work with as they enter the A side, and all two of them already are dealt with.
Yeah, not much that can be done there. They're going against these heavy rifles here of Vibe Esports. So for Vibe, it's going to be really interesting here to see how they continue this into CCG's first buy round. We are
Yeah.
going to see probably no off. I mean, we do see Jay Casper at 4750, but it would be a glass op for whoever would get it. We're probably just going to see all AKs here. And it will be a rifle advantage. You see the 3 MP9s for 3 of the players on Vibe.
Yeah, they're probably going to try to play a little bit up close. But talking a little bit about the context of both of these teams, sure, you had, as you said, it seems like YB Sports is really good. But even if you didn't have all the context and if you didn't know what the team was looking like, you could just look at the stats of the current season going so far, and you'd still think that, okay, this team is a team to really mess with. They're currently sitting 5 and 1/8 spot in the league as we speak, while CCG just one loss more and one win less, 4 and 2, 18th spot, a 10 positions difference just by a single win. CCG, they cannot go on a 3 loss streak. They need to start to mount a comeback because the more they lose in the mid season, the lesser chances they're going to have to make it to the playoffs towards the end half of things.
Correct. So CCG Esports 4 and 2 right now in the season. Again, Vibe, as you said, 5 and 1. These are two teams with amazing chemistry to begin with, and I'm looking forward to this. It's, I'm not going to say it's a David versus Goliath matchup, but this is a matchup I have been heavily looking forward to. Now, you see what CCG are doing here in Flick. You have them taking their sweet little time. Floor Idiot playing around connector position. And do we have X-Ray on there? Producer Apcon the Great the Third? We do not. We gotta get that on there. There we go. Thank you. And it is going to be an attack here to the B-bomb site. Dekka's going to have a multi-kill here because Floor Idiot's there and Trip backs him up. Here's the teamwork of CCG ready to go. And now just one player heading here towards lane. And here we go.
There's a flag being set off.
Dekka had an issue, so a technical timeout will come in Unfortunately, disconnected from the server. This will be a round win for CCG. You already see Lex over here with that MP9, trying to get a couple of exit kills. And Glorins all the way back over towards the drop position towards a Chinchilla is literally just hanging out now. Has no
Oh,
idea about Lex behind him. And Lex could be in for this trigger discipline, but a little too late, as Glorins is going to save this A1S. A beautiful round from CCG and take nothing away from them at all.
absolutely. CCG, a good start, but as I said, technical time on being called in. Since I believe Dave is the player that has been disconnected. But CCG a very much needed round and a very clean round nonetheless as well. We saw the fights coming in over towards Cave, a nice little bait and switch. I believe it was Floridian and Jay Chinchilla who played that together. Floridian found the first frag, Jay Chinchilla to back him up. A nice little bait and switch to then move into the site. Immediately, the smokes allowed them just enough space to have the plant, and luckily enough, they got pushed from YB Sports' side that found them another frag, and at that point, YB Sports were pretty much done. They saved, they held on to a rifle. Ultralex was already trying to hop onto a flank, but there was only so much that he realistically could have done as well. So CCG. Clean round right there. I believe they did not lose. They only lost a single player, so a nice little economical boost for them there as well. But the CT side, their economy is looking a little fine as well, having won 2 rounds in a row. Not going to be too much of a problem for them to work with a full arsenal.
No, not at all. So again, we're going to see one A4 picked up. The rest are going to be quad AKs. Deca's connected back into the server. And here we go, round number 4. This will be an interesting round as well. We see one player on 37, 2 players on 3700, and it will be a buy. It's not going to be the greatest buy for YB Sports. And another timeout has been called. This looks like a tactical timeout, possibly. Never mind. That was from the side of CCG. You know, Inflict, there are a lot of things that Valve need to fix with CS2.
Yeah,
But I'd rather
CS2
have those
is one
things
of them.
fixed well before auto director's ever fixed.
I honestly think Auto Decker needs to be fixed instantly.
Oh, for
There's,
us, yes. But I
yeah.
can tell you, as someone who plays CS2, please, please, please fix the gunfire. I have op shots that still vanish.
I think that's a you problem. That might be a you problem.
I literally shoot the guy in the chest and it disappears. It don't hit.
You're not
That
Jay
hit though
Casper.
from Jay Casper. Beautiful boost. Someone give the man a
Oh.
cookie. Chip getting traded out though by Glorins. A man advantage right now in favor of CCG. And I want to just take this back. I said earlier that I said last season when I casted for YB Sports, they're a team that sometimes played an ECL at greater level. I'm not taking anything away from CCG Esports. This is a team that have grinded. They have Jay Casper coming in for SRY this season. They can not only play at an ECL level, they're going to get there if they continue up their streak of epicness that they have been on this season. 4-2 and 5-1. There was so much more season to happen. And it is going to be a group up towards this A main position. 2 players from Vibe have already cleared out B long. Glorins has already taken a defensive position towards the back of A site, up towards Heaven. And it's going to be a come-in from the mid position. Let's see how CCG handled the plant and then the post-plant. Bomb's going to get planted.
I like this approach. They have left one player lurking still over towards main. Floridia, they're gonna walk into the Glorious crosshairs, but still somehow manages to win that fight out. And as soon as that kill gets confirmed, the rest of the 2 CT players
He
are
should
just
have
gonna back
never
off.
gotten away with that.
He literally walked into Glorious crosshair and still made it out
Literally.
alive.
Yeah, that was like, it just surely has to get away with that. Chinchilla pushes, trying to find the other. Fobless hangs out towards mid. Again, the kills, but Jay Casper, ooh, can't come away with the kill. But it is going to be a tie game now at 2-2. CCG just needed those rifle rounds to get started. You already see CCG on a little bit of a hunt too. The money on the bank of some of these guys here, Inflict. If they want to Venmo me some of that money, I got no problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty certain the Sydney side wouldn't mind getting some money as well because they're currently almost broke except those two M4s. They
Oh
might
yeah, they broke.
get some pistol upgrades from those two particular players, but other than that, this is not gonna look like a good buy for them to be working with. Yeah, two pistol upgrades. One of them doesn't even have a pistol upgrade, just a couple of util. But other than that, they're heavily relying on those M4s to provide damage for them because they didn't even invest into those into a lot of util either. They're just pushing out behind those M4s.
That is true. Now we have a 4-4. We see again 2 players here towards mid. Lower mid. So this is huge.
Oh, good
Corin
kill.
has really started changing up the pace. Jay Casper can't get the kill, but Corin is here. Has already got the double. Wants more. Now we do see a faster play now towards B. Glorance is going to get this information that, hey, they're gone. But 2 AKs have been picked up as well. B site's coming in. We're going to hopefully see a retake coming in from the side of Vibe. However, no kits. There is an HE and a Molotov. So we are going to see a little bit of a pacer play here. One towards lane. Oh, Chinchilla ready for Dave. Takes him out with no problem. And now we have Glorans.
We had ourselves on the cam for a second while I was about to drink water. Afcon almost
I was
threw me
like,
under the bus.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
Shout
had a
out to our
surprise.
amazing producer, Apcon,
Yeah.
making sure the casters are staying on their toes, awake, and hydrating. I got myself a couple beverages here in front of me. And apparently there is some fighting going on in CCG Esports Twitch chat about Corin having somebody's heart and someone saying he's underage, and yeah, so we're just gonna leave it at that.
It's better if we do not mention it.
I mean, it could be Corin's girlfriend for all we know. I'm just saying.
Who knows? But
Oh, boyfriend, who cares? It's
I,
2024.
I'm not gonna lie. I got worried for a little second. The next thing I might know if I wake up tomorrow is my face edited on Reddit.
Ah!
But we're good. I I saw the screen last second and saved myself, but of course got instantly switched. We're just getting around. Sorry, Avcon. But CCG though, they're absolutely not going to be sorry for the round they won last time around. Sure, they lost a couple of players in the process. Maybe shouldn't have done that, but with the aggression that YB Sports showed, it's understandable that they did, and still they walked away with a comfortable win. And this time around, still, although they do have full rifles to work with, YB Sports they do not have a lot of utility either, and only one defuse kit as well. So it's still a risky round. If a couple of players go down early, we might even just see a 3-man save from them.
Yeah, we do see Dave has switched from mid over towards the B bomb site. Dave has just an MP9 in hand. Dave's gonna need a multi-kill with this MP9, as it looks like it is gonna be a B attack. Now you also see the player behind them in Fobless. They are playing off each other in really cool angles. And that's gonna be that. But this does allow the rest of the team to enter from B, as Jay Casper, look at that crosshair placement right towards back plat. There goes Corin, taking out the Fobless one. Someone get that man a key. Now it's a 3v3. Lex is going to try pushing in first. Going to try getting some. Spotted. Oh, that was three. I can't even finish casting the round. Was going to say, had the info where 2 players were. Beautifully done from CCG.
As soon as the smoke fade, all 3 of the YB Sports players fell like dominoes in an instant. CCG on top of their game in the post-plan scenarios as we speak. But once again, now YB Sports being pushed to the brink of economic crisis, as all of them are just going to have pistol upgrades yet again, except one player to work with, nothing else. So CCG, after a good start, they lost the first 2 rounds of the half, but after that, there's on a spree of 4. Looking to increase that number to 5. Probably should be able to do so, but ooh, a nice little dink onto JJ Chinchilla right there.
Yep. Oh my goodness, Casper. Casper didn't even do anything. Where's J Cap? Where are the J Casper fans in chat? Wakey, wakey. Speaking about waking up, CCG have woken up in a major way. Lost the first 2 rounds and now have come back 4 straight, about to be 5 straight here. And they're playing off each other really well. Kind of giving Vibe a little bit of fits here, Inflict, as they have been all over the map here so far in these last 5 rounds to really give this team fits. Trip with the double kill. Nicely done.
Really great start from CCG, and that's exactly what you're hoping to see from their side as well. But a very much needed timeout has been called from the side of YB Sports. Then you can tell they were starting to struggle, and now they have a full rifle round with a decent amount of utility in their hands to work with as well. They need to win this round in order to convert some numbers on the CT side. Sure, the T side is favorable, but you gotta ensure that you keep the match as close as possible, so your chances of making a comeback in the second half are as realistic. Because last time around we saw CCG play on Anubis, they had a good start on the T side. I believe they were up 9-3 and or 8-4, I believe, and they managed to lose that game, and it was still a really close call. But CCG, they made quite a few too many mistakes on the CT side, and hopefully they've improved upon them. And if they have, the CT side is not going to be as easier today for YB Sports to play against.
Boom. Dave, the Opera for Vibe, just got deleted from the map. Not what you want to see is the most impactful weapon in Counter-Strike fall that quickly into the round. Minute 30 on the clock. There's plenty of time here, Inflict. And one thing I do want to point out, as you see Glorin is the A-site anchor here. One thing that CCG have done, I mentioned this last round, that kind of is giving Vibe a little bit of fits. They're all over the map. This isn't like it's just normal strats, right? It's not like, hey, we're going to go 3-1-1, and we're going to try baiting out a kill. I mean, they have changed up momentum, they've changed up pace, they've changed up positioning. Vibe have no answer for this right now. Now, keep in mind, this is a very T-sided map. But the way that CCG are playing it, the way they're playing the map control is almost like just clinical. As Decker falls. Now, Quarren with 9 HP. The pincer attack is coming in. The hunt is on. And I believe it's just Decker that's all that remains there. Has Dave's op in hand. And is gone. It's Fobless.
I mean, quite honestly, just the confidence that CCG are taking every fight, every peak with is speaking volumes right now. You saw JJ Chinchilla just disrespecting the smoke over towards A main, pushed straight out, took that 1v1 head on, had no immediate trade available. Sure, there were a couple of players behind him, but they were a few seconds away, like 3 or 4 seconds at least, and that might have just been enough time frame for the CT player to have walked away, but JJ Chinchilla doesn't matter. He's feeling confident, and so is the rest of the whole team. CCG currently on top of their game, sitting with a 4 rounds advantage, looking to increase it to 5, and it should be rather easy because they are up against a couple of Deagles and 3 MP9s, although the weapons can do quite a lot of damage. But with how CCG have been playing early rounds, slow down, they do their due diligence, and when they want to execute, they do not hesitate for a single second. I think
Inflict,
that
look at
might
positioning. Just look
Yeah.
at the positioning. You talk about them just doing their thing. We had one player go from drop to canals, and it's like just the positioning of what CCG are doing. If you're Vibe Esports, how are you supposed to adapt to this? They're all over the place.
Anymore though. 4 players outside B. Util lined up, but only 2 CTs to hold their side of the end. Only the first one down. Deca follows him to the grave. And the B side already taken over. Dave to the rescue, but he can't do anything whatsoever either as Floridian puts him to bed, leaving only 2 behind. Another one spotted. Ultralex tagged down already. Won't be able to find a kill. And suddenly, it's a 1 versus 5. Glorins, there's only so much realistically that he can do right here. CCG have almost confirmed their 7th now.
Yeah, it's going to be a 7-2 scoreline. CCG are playing out of their mind. Look, as a fan of both of these teams, and as someone who's casting for CCG this season, I love to see it. Again, Vibe and CCG, two extremely talented teams. Lauren's going to take it up by Floridiot. But this round, an MVP, in my opinion, of this round, that has to go to the floofy one, the fluffy one. None other than Floofy Chinchilla. Someone give that man some pets and some scratches. He deserves it. That's 2 rounds in a row. His entries through smoke and through craziness have proven to be a difference maker in the round. You can entry all you want. You need to make sure you convert the kills. And Chinchilla is absolutely playing out of his mind right now. And look at the bank. Look at the bank on CCG. They don't have to worry about money.
Yeah. Probably not even until the end of the half if they end up losing all 3 of the next rounds. So that's not going to be a problem, but the problem is going to be Dave's op as it connects onto Jaden Chinchilla. The fluffy one is out. Sadly, the Furs couldn't hold themselves together.
Gap in the smoke. Gap in the smoke.
No peaks, though.
Oh. So man advantage finally forward. Floor idiot. I was gonna say you idiot, but definitely wasn't an idiot. That was genius.
It was a floor
Someone
that
renamed that man to Floor Genius. Here comes scoring, grouping up with the bomb. Gonna come from drop. Now, Casper. The man, the myth, the legend. Jay Casper fans in chat, stand up! Floor idiot this time with the entry because Chinchilla's been taken out. Dave trying to do work with his AWP. Corin and Trip there to take out the A-site defenders. And it's gonna have to be a save yet again. Oh, these site takes from CCG have been absolutely beautiful.
Simply fantastic. And once again, Deca on an island up against 4. As the water level continues to rise, he probably will be getting drowned. Not by Floridiot though, that wasn't gonna meet its demise. But Goran, on the other hand, he finishes the job. 8-2 scoreline. 2 more rounds left to go in the first half as CCG might just be looking to achieve double digits right here.
CCG Esports fans and Twitch chat, stand up. Let's go. I want to hear you. Chat's been awfully quiet tonight. I want to hear you. Let's go. Let's show some support for your team. 8 rounds in a row. Vibe Esports, the only rounds that they have won, the pistol and the conversion round. An 8-2 scoreline in favor of CCG, dominant esports team. The Casper fans, the Floor Idiot fans, everyone's fans, the Chinchilla fans. Oh, just absolutely pretty. Vibe throwing everything they have at this. Couple FAMASas, couple MP9s, that one A1S left over on Deca.
Once again.
And this is pretty. Vibe cannot get... They're trying to have mid control, but the way that CCG are playing it on their T side right now, they're not getting anything. They can't push mid. They can't take it away from CCG. And again, like, you look at what CCG have done. It's all over the place to start. Lex takes out Chinchilla. That's only 1 spotted. They're not going to be ready for the drop position to A main. Surely they're not.
Yeah, the problem is there's only 1 CT player available here. It's going to be Glorians left all by himself. Sure, there's backup now. The player has rotated over, but are they going to be able to hold CCG off? The answer is no, as Jay Casper connects with the up trip to follow up. And the site is theirs.
Alright, CCG, this is just not fair. This is taking Vibe over your knees and spanking them.
Corin flashed out.
Corin's gonna have to get out of dodge and does. Here comes Decker on the retake. No kids. And Corin only able to get 1. Dave taken out though in 9-2.
Wow.
We could be looking at a 10-2 half. CCG look like they're playing on another level right now. I'm so proud of them.
But the game is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen.
The game is afoot. The game is afoot!
We still have a whole half to be played. Although it might not be a full 12-round half. It's going to depend on whether or not CCG closes it out, or how many rounds it takes. If YB Sports win it, how many rounds it takes for them, or CCG, of course, the other way around as well. But a good nade, 2 players already half HP taken out from them. And that's going to make matters a lot more worse for them, although they do have 3 players available to defend, so that should be relatively better. But the problem is Fobulous is getting pressurized from Canal all by himself. He doesn't have any help whatsoever over towards the area, but now CCG looking to enter into the side. Ultralex from flank gets Floridian, but now the pressure is on to the site. JJ Chinchilla and Jay Casper, the J duo, find a frag each to their name, but suddenly this is a 2 versus 2.
Yeah, 2v2, an op retake. Again, this is just, it's so different right now. Casper and Trip trading things over, and not even a chance as Trip takes a nade to the face! Now it's Jay Casper in a 1v2 clutch. Smoke out towards Palace. Oh, this could be it. That pop is going to call the other 2 back. They were starting to rotate. Casper's going to molly off Lex over here towards Connector. Now, molly is not a smoke. Lex still has the shot over here from Connector. Casper, unfortunately, can't get away. Vibe with the round win they needed, but it might be too little too late. But again, we've talked about this many times before with how very heavy T side of this map is. Let's see what Vibe Esports can do on their T side. This will be a very important pistol round for both teams.
CCG, if they win this, it should practically put them on the verge of victory against a team that currently sits 5-1 in ESEA Advanced. On the other hand, CCG 4-2 at the moment. This should tie up their scoreline if CCG ends up winning this game. And the rankings will, of course, take a hit for both of these teams. Some for the positive, some for the negative. But we're going to have to wait and see how exactly it gets impacted as we get closer and closer to the result of the game. Dave off to a good start, already finding the first frag. That's the IGL for CCG already eliminated. But look at that. It seems like there's a fast rotate coming in from them. The A side has been completely left open from CCG. Sure, there's a player now heading onto the side, but he's not going to be fully prepared. Trip already taken a ding, but he still gets a kill. It's actually Jay Casper to connect onto 2.
Look at Jay Casper trying to save it. Are you kidding me? They had A. They had A wide open. They didn't get the kill on a Trip, but the faster rotate coming in from the side of CCG, ripping this round away from Vibe. Fobless falls 10-3.
Wow.
CCG.
That should never have been a round that CCG
No, it
wins.
shouldn't have. No way.
But why? Oh no, they're not feeling the vibes right now. Let me tell you that much. As CCG now gonna be working with a buy here, 4 MP9s and M4, while on the other hand, it's a gamble, quite honestly, for the T side at this point. YB Sports, they're going for a save. They're gonna rely on maybe picking up a couple of weapons, but other than that, this round shouldn't really go in their way. And after that, 11-3 scoreline, it might just be a little too much to make a comeback from.
Chinchilla with nerves of steel. Throws a smoke and then peeks his smoke before it pops. He's feeling it right now. Casper, he's feeling it. I wonder what the J stands for.
We'll probably have an interview if they end up winning the game, so we could ask, but oh, the pistol's trying to looking to get dangerous. They found a couple of frags, but that's all she wrote. 11-3. Sure, they lost a couple of players, but they got the round confirmation, and that just puts them 2 rounds away. CCG currently is on a roll, but this is where the problems might start to arise for them, as finally the AKs land in the hands of YB Sports.
This is a make-or-break round for Vibe. If you lose this, you're at 12-3. It'll be 4 spies from there on in. This is a chance for Vibe to show the level of these players. What can these players do? We've seen a lot, but right now it's just CCG have anti-stratted them. They have outplayed them. CCG are jumping around like Mexican jumping beans.
I've never seen Mexican beans jump. I've never
Jumping
seen Mexican
beans
beans.
are jumping beans are a different kind of like bean. I think I played with some. I think I had them as a kid. They're just like beans you take them out and they just start jumping all over. They have something inside of them. They're like some sort of toy, but like they're all over the place. Vibe of no answer for CCG right now, and this is the best I've seen CCG look this season.
Oh, without a question. Playing with such confidence. A little too overconfident right there from Corin. Gonna cost him his life that time around, but to compensate for it, J Casper, he needs to push up a little bit as well to ensure that not a lot of map control is lost, although the issue is he's gonna meet a player soon and instantly get headshotted. That opens up the whole B side for them as they have already spotted out Trip. So now a 1 versus 3 for Trip right here. I'm not entirely sure if he wants to go for this one. Might as well just be a save unless he could cut a player off, which is going to be get Deca, but no, he isn't allowed to do so as the AK it reigns supreme. 11-4, still barely staying alive, or YB Esports as they keep CCG away from match point.
That they do. And a force buy comes out. Casper with the scout. We have one player with an A4. And again, there's plenty of rounds left to go. Plenty of rounds. So don't be concerned, CCG fans. Plenty of rounds here to go on Anubis. With a full buy pretty much coming out for the side of Vibe. Now you see it. It's a 1-2-2 split for Vibe. These two players towards mid have pretty much contested. Looks like J Casper maybe away or Corin away from mid. Very, very interesting at this point as Trip with his trusty deagle in hand. It's just playing defense. Look at the defensive positions. 2 towards connector, 2 towards mid A stairs, 1 towards mid. And giving them all the map control that they want. Here comes Sexy. Yeah, that'd be the only time I use that name. Lex comes in from mid. Just spraying down doors like on Dust 2 mid.
Ooh.
And that's how you do it. Lex gets the kill on the Corin. Glorin's gonna find one. Casper gets his head deleted from the map. And this round is all Vibe Esports. Winning their duels early and often. That's how Vibe can get back into this thing.
And M4 and Eagle remain alongside just one smoke, where there are 2 players of CCG. I'm not entirely sure if they want to even try to contest this, as they're probably going to just both work on saving that singular M4, as the next round is likely going to be a save inside of CCG.
Yep, they're going to try saving this A4 into the next round and the armor. Can't blame them whatsoever. What are you seeing from Vibe here that has caused them to win these rounds? Or are they just winning the early pre-fires and duels?
I mean, quite honestly, it's just mostly the fact that they're on the T side, you know? We've mentioned it quite a few times that the rotations on the T side, the aggression that you're allowed to implement early on the T side, and the amount of map information you can deny as a T, as a terrorist on Anubis, excuse me, is quite a lot early on, and at this point so far, that's why Esports pretty much taking advantage of that, because CCG haven't had a proper, thorough, full M4 loadout to work with yet. So I think when CCG does have all 5 M4s across the board, I think that's going to be the real test of YB Esports so far, which really hasn't happened yet on the second half.
Yeah, well, we're about to see something. They saved A4. Looking at a little bit of, I don't even know what we're looking at. We could just talk about cookies.
Oh.
I'm kidding. J Casper goes right by. Faster B-side execute here. Can't blame Vibe at all. He's wanting to get this round over with. And I think they realized that CCG didn't have a buy this round, but you know, we're just going to throw everything at B. Now it's Vibe changing up the pace. Now it's just Trip, who once again is going to get away and try saving the armor. Heading into the next round, producer extraordinaire. Let's hold that tab. Let's take a look at some of the kill counts and money situations that we have going on, please. Just look at this. It's been dominance on the kill count. Trip 17, 6, and 4. Just absolute obliteration. Dave at the top of the scoreboard for the side of Vibe. But that's also those 5 assists and that over 1,100 damage. Beautiful to see here. Anything in the stats here for you, Inflict, kind of stand out?
Nothing in particular. I just am liking how what I see about CCG esports. You know, as you mentioned, the kills are pretty much just spread out. Everyone's doing their part. Sure, Trip stands out in particular. He has almost a 3 KD to work with, so that's really impressive. But other than that, everyone's pretty much doing their job. No, not even a single player is working with a negative KD so far. Although that might change soon because Floridi's sitting 10 and 10, and if he doesn't find a frag this round, he'll be sitting negative. But speaking about the round once again, as we finally have a full rifle round all across the board. Sure, there's one Thanos on the CT, but other than that, all M4s to work with. So CCG, this is going to be their prime time to put this to a match point and finally push this over the limits for YB Sports.
For sure. Now, we talked about the money situation last half when CCG started getting on a roll, how much money they had. We look at the bank right now that Vibe have. Even if they somehow lose this round, they'll have plenty of money to reinvest. Corin hangs out towards A steers. It's a 2-2-1 split. Very interesting, and you notice how far back Casper and Corin are playing. So they're giving the side of Vibe a lot of chances here. They're giving him the map control, the space. Trip leg behind default gets the double kill, and that could be all she wrote as Corin's here with this FAMAS. Dave gets the team kill, and now it's up to Dave in a 1v3 watch. Here comes the idiot himself, Floor Idiot, comes in. Dave is just running around like crazy right now. He is. Casper's got him. Round, set, and match. Beautifully done. Gotta give credit to Trip in that one. Heard him come in, peeked out behind, started spraying, and they were so grouped up getting out of A main. They could not get away from A main. They couldn't get away from the group up. CCG, map and game point.
Jay Casper, I believe, was Trip's follow on the side, and they played that round to absolute perfection. Held their angles until they were sure that this is the time to peek out, and when they did, the players twice had just lined up for Jay Casper and Trip, both of them. Sure, one was a team kill from Dave, but that particular kill should be handed to Jay Casper as well because he dealt so much damage onto the terrorist that Dave ended up just putting one bullet into him. And now, finally, match point achieved, and this is gonna make things a little bit too difficult for YB Sports. Even one major mistake they make, it's gonna be a finalized L for them in the season now. Their second one.
Yes. CCG have been playing extremely well. I'm very proud of them. Very happy to be casting for this team this season. Mid control being taken from Vibe. And again, this is what we've seen the last couple of rounds here from CCG. Giving up early mid to play more defensively towards back mid. We're going to see if this is going to pay off for him. Lex has already been spotted. And Corin's going to be able to push up and get one. It's already up to Lex to try to get more. Not much you can do there in a 1v3 situation, just having one little road of peek in there from mid doors. Chinchilla's unable to get the kills. Floor Idiot's going to be asked to do a lot. Hangs up, takes out Deca. Jay Casper's there. Now it's Dave in a 1v2 clutch. Oh, Dave, what do you got? Missed op shot from Dave. Smoke is out.
15. He needs to go. He doesn't have a lot of time to work with a 1 versus 2, and they're just playing time. Jay Casper goes wide to confirm the kill and the match alongside it. CCG come out on top by a good margin. This is the biggest loss that we have seen on the side of YB Sports, and with a team like Vibe, with the stats that we were seeing, CCG a good team to make a comeback against after losing 2 games in a row.
That was very pretty. Very beautiful. Stay tuned, everybody. We're going to have post-game analysis coming up. We're going to have a post-game interview coming up. We're setting it to a quick break. CCG defeat Vibe Esports by a score of 13-7. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to our post-game interview again. CCG Esports has defeated Vibe Esports, which has been an absolutely outstanding, amazing game. Here comes our post-game interview. Please welcome the man, the myth, the legend. It's the leader for CCG, someone who did not play like an idiot today, but it is Floor Idiot. Floor Idiot played like Floor Frickin' Genius. Can we just talk about your genius smoke-killing connector, please? Let's just get that out of the way with. That was pretty.
Yeah, that was a little random. I don't know. I kind of had an inkling. I was like, these guys kind of need to start doing something in some of these CT rounds. So I figured I'd put a couple bullets into it, and whew, they just hit.
They just hit. The man's game sense is off the charts. And Flick, take us away. What do you got?
I mean, I'll be honest. I have wanted to talk to Fourier for a while. I don't think we've had him on an interview in like two weeks at the very least, and especially after those last two losses that you had. I really want to ask about. I want to go back a little bit. I want to talk about the last Anumis that we saw. Of course, you made quite a lot of improvements from that one, but you had a really good start. I believe you got like an 8-4 half to kick things off, but after that, everything fell apart. I want to know what went wrong there and how exactly did you fix it today.
Versus Regrant, they're a pretty good team. They're typically like top of advance after the regular season going into playoffs. So we knew it'd be a tough one going into it. We're kind of happy that we got Anubis, but it's one of their better maps. And I don't know. We just our game plan going into CT side versus them was it just kind of missed the. It kind of just wasn't the way we should have approached it, and so it took a couple rounds to get used to it, and then they kind of just had the momentum to finish it out from there. So we kind of talked about our CT side of Anubis the past week, and to come up with some more options and to kind of try to deal with how they are exploiting us, and obviously it looks to pay off a little bit.
Was very well done. Like I said, from someone who's casted both your games, Vibe Esports last season, you well played them. I want to specifically bring focus to your T side. Your T side, once you got your rifles and you started getting your legs under you a bit, the way you were jumping all over the maps, I kind of equated it to like Mexican jumping beans. You were all over the place. Vibe had no answer for any of it. One was over a drop and here, and then you just like kept crisscrossing. What was the strategy on the T side? But did you find something that Vibe was doing that was wrong? How the heck did you give them so many fits on T side?
We knew that Lex played pretty aggro mid, even after like he was out of util, and so we're kind of looking to just play through mid and the mid round a lot. And it is ancient. It is super T-sided at this point, as you guys have obviously seen this season because we've been playing a lot of it. And so their way of approaching dealing with how T-sided it is just to go ahead and util dump. So we kind of spent a decent bit of the game just waiting it out. So it helps that we're winning a lot of our entries running into site. And even like in every time that we wouldn't get that entry, we'd audible out of it and kind of clean up on the way, and it all seemed to work out well. So.
Yeah, speaking of entries, how about the floofy one, the fluffy one himself, Chinchilla? My goodness, some of those entries were pretty. Legitimately zero fear, massive huevos, whatever you want to call it. Pushes smoke and just gets the kills.
Yeah. He'll just do what needs to be done some of these rounds. So just running through, making space. Obviously bonus points for him for getting the kill as well.
Yeah, I actually have a question that possibly maybe should have been answered or asked quite a few matches ago, but I haven't exactly been casting every single match this season so far. But one thing that I'm still wondering, and maybe quite a few fans as well, is what exactly went down with the roster change. Now, I mentioned this with somebody else. I'm not entirely sure who the player was, but we talked about how the roles fit in. But what exactly went down with SRY leaving and Jay Casper stepping in? What was the team's decision regarding this?
So SRY or Mel. So he was here for school. He actually went to UCF with me and JJ, and that's how I met him. We played on the team there together. But so he just graduated, so he went back to Saudi Arabia. So we didn't really have a choice. That's why Jay Casper was filling it a bit last season. We kind of like picked up Jay Casper last season. Going like because we knew we would be looking to pick up an opera going into this season, so we just kind of used him as a sub to welcome into the whole game plan and everything. So no bad blood. I still love Mo.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite teammates, honestly, and it's always a blast playing with him. But yeah, like I said, unfortunately, he had to go back to Saudi Arabia. So
Yeah, there's really not much you can do with that kind of ping.
yeah, I'm not gonna pay him to stay. And as far as I'm aware, I think he had a nice job waiting for him over there. So
That's awesome.
yeah, no
No.
qualms for that.
Yeah, I can tell you, like I've played with some European folks. TW and I have played CS, and it's like, oh, yeah, that ping's a problem. So it's
Yeah.
not what you want to be playing with.
With some of his internet issues, his internet might have been better playing from there than some nights playing from here. But Florida internet is something. I think Corn's been playing with 50 loss the past 3 weeks for some
I'm
reason.
not going
So
there.
whew, don't
We're
get me
gonna be
started.
nice. Yeah, we're gonna be
Yeah.
nice to Spectrum. We'll be nice to Spectrum.
Yeah, Spectrum's the worst.
I said I was gonna be nice to Spectrum. I mean,
I won't. We got bad blood.
You live down there. Anyway, listen. Before we head you on out of here, we got an MVP screen to head into. So let's flip on over to the MVP of this game. No surprise, it's Trip. 19-7-5. The dude was on an absolute tear. What did you think of Trip's gameplay today, Floor Idiot? In terms of, I really think the lurks. He was just in a lot of right place, right time.
Anubis is really starting to feel like it's his map. Every time we play Anubis and I hit tab, I always see him at the top. So I don't know. It started last season when we were playing a lot of Anubis, and it's starting to keep going. He's had a little issues with his A-holds here and there, but I think he locked it down pretty much every time they hit it today. So it's always good to see that. I know they were targeting B a lot when we played Regain. So I think he was coming in with a bit of a vendetta today. So it's kind of expected when we load up Anubis at this point.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, let's send this back here to the caster cams and Floor Idiot. Anything else you want to say to your wonderful, outstanding, adoring fans?
Just thanks for supporting again. We got a tough couple games coming up. I think the team we played tonight was 5-1, and the next couple teams are around there as well. So yeah, come support us while we keep pushing on our journey to playoffs again.
Yes, you are playing. I'm not even going
Yeah.
to try pronouncing that team name.
McNiff slumping the boys. It's good enough. I think we played him a couple seasons ago and had a close one on Anubis.
I'm not even going to try. And then after the team that really tough to pronounce, 501st, and then Wanted Goons, who's a team that is also really good. And there's a lot of fun activity happening right now, fans. There's a lot happening. So let's just take a look at the quick standings. G3 undefeated 7-0. You guys have moved up to 10th place, 5-2. The team with a ridiculous name is also 6-1. So that's going to be a tough game, but it's going to be so much fun. I'm looking forward to this. Inflict, what about you? You looking forward to some more CCG esports?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always looking forward to some heart attacks that CCG tends to give me every season, towards the end of it especially. Yeah, I don't know what it is with you guys. A couple of seasons ago, you guys had a not a great start, but you ended up winning. That gave me a heart attack almost. Last season, you had a really good start, and well, let's not talk about that much further. But so far, I'm actually really impressive. I really want to say thank you to Floridian for keeping most of these games really clean, especially the nuke one. Shout out to that 13-1
Yes.
game you guys had. Holy
I think I had a 13 kill streak that game. We were running hardline, so I got the EMP in, but yeah,
fun.
it's all for the content. We got to keep it close. We're paid by the round around here.
Paid by the round. There you go. Not getting paid by the hour, but paid by the round. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, watching. Stay tuned. Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern is our next game. CCG Esports versus the name I'm not even going to try pronouncing. They're the team that's one of the teams that's 6-1. I'm not even going there. Inflict, any last-minute comments you want to say?
I mean, just please do not give me a headache towards the end of the season.
I don't know. This next one's looking a little juicy to lose for the content. You know what I mean?
Yeah, content matters. Content is what it's all about these days.
Indeed. Well, at least make it close for you.
There you go. Just hopefully not a third loss. All right. Floridia, thank you for joining us here for a post-game interview. Inflict, always a pleasure casting with you. Shout out to our amazing producer, Apcon. We'll see you all on Wednesday night. Later,
Thanks for having me, guys.